solstice. There's the tent. No head.
Hey guys, welcome to our Mount Adams video. This is actually our second attempt at climbing Mount Adams and our second failed attempt. Our first fail was in 2020, and then this was our second fail in 2022.
Stick around to the very end. We're going to share with you our top 3 things that we would do differently in order to successfully summit the next time we try it.
So this year we decided to do an overnight on the mountain, and we did it during the solstice, summer solstice, in late June, just because that's better conditions. You actually want more snow when you're going for this.
So Kat and I and Dog made it down to the Trout Lake area where we parked our little tab camper at an RV park, which was close to the trailhead. And the next morning we drove to the trailhead and started our hike. Okay, here we go. 8:47 at the trailhead. And yeah, let's do this. These packs are super heavy. We were debating whether or not we should bring snowshoes, but so here we are. They're strapped to us. We might need them later. And once again, Adams is hot.
Yeah, surprisingly hot.
You ready, dog?
Are you ready, Gracie?
So we started our hike, and literally about 1 mile into the trail, we actually put on our snowshoes. So there was a lot of snow all the way down almost to the trailhead. So we brought our snowshoes, and they actually were super helpful, both for traction and for staying on top of the snow, which was really starting to soften up a bit due to the temperatures rising. So normally we would be making decent time, but we did find ourselves stopping a bit more than we would like, mostly because of Dog. Love Dog, she's an amazing hiking buddy, but she needs a lot of extra TLC. Stops usually included either putting on her booties, taking off her booties, adjusting her pack, which is always like falling off to one side, trying to give her water that she would refuse to drink, and trying to give her dog food that she would refuse to eat.
Also, the reason why we were moving much slower than we normally do was because we went on the winter route, which is basically a straight shot up the mountain.
It is straight up.
Yeah, it is ridiculously hard.
This is so hard. Winter route is no joke.
Struggling. Good. You're so good. Good girl. You're so good too, baby.
Oh God, no.
After lots of stops for trail mix and just trying to like get Dog up the mountain, right? Trying to get her there. We made it to lunch counter, which is at about 9,500 feet in elevation. And then we started setting up camp. So it took us about an hour to dig out all the snow from the campsite that we selected. So basically you have to clear your site of snow so that you can set up your tent on it. And then it probably took us a little, I guess 2 hours total to set up camp.
Yeah, 2 hours.
End to end, right? So, you know, shoveling, setting up the 4-season tent, making sure the rain fly was like secured with rocks and snow and everything. So that was a big job, but it was a job well done. Meanwhile, the whole time we were getting the camp set up, Dog was literally passed out on her little thermarest on the snow. Yeah, she completely shut down, so she was exhausted. So once the tent was up, we put her in the tent. She continued her like 14-hour nap. And that is actually when we made the call that we were not going to attempt the summit the next morning, because we knew that Gracie definitely didn't have it in her to be hitting the trail at 2 o'clock in the morning the next morning. And let's be honest, we probably were feeling pretty tired.
After we got Dog all settled and made that call not to summit the next day, Kat and I started the process of gathering snow, melting it for water, for our food, and for drinking.
Not purified water. That is purified water. That's Baby.
Hi.
And that's Loaf, the hardest working, bravest dog in the world. She passed out. You're such a good girl.
So then after that, we decided that we were just going to enjoy the sunset views and hunker down and just, you know, be nice and cozy in our 3-person, 4-season tent. Even though we didn't make the summit, this was one of our best trips that we've ever done together. And here are some of the highlights as to why it was.
The views were spectacular. We were blessed with amazing, super clear weather, mostly calm. We could see Mount St. Helens super clearly. We could see Mount Hood super clearly. We could even see Three Sisters in Oregon, which I think is almost 200 miles of visibility. So there's nothing like being on a mountain at elevation at sunset and sunrise. Like, love it.
Also, we just love making Mountain House freeze-dried foods.
Do you mean Mountain House?
Mountain House.
Yeah, we only say it with a Canadian accent, like thick Canadian accent. Mountain House.
Mountain House.
Mountain House. Chicken and dumplings. We've waited a long time for this.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited.
I don't know, there's something about having hot food after a strenuous day and it's cold outside. Just a cozy experience.
Going along the theme with hot foods and hot drinks in a tent on a camping trip, which is the best thing ever, we love bringing Trong Một, which is instant Vietnamese coffee, and Trong Một stands for 3-in-1. So the three things are coffee, milk, and sugar all mixed together in that little packet, and freaking amazing. Love Trong Một on any camping or backpacking trip. Also, this was our first time snow camping. Maybe we're late to the party on that, but first time snow camping, and it was really fun where you have to dig out your camp spot, you're in the snow, it's cold outside, you have to use your 4-season tent, right? It's a much heavier, thicker, heavy-duty tent, and you have to melt snow for your water, right? So in order to have drinking water and water for your food, you gotta go collect your snow, melt it down. So that was totally new to us and just really fun.
Another wonderful highlight for us was that there was nobody there on the mountain but us. We went on a Tuesday, Wednesday. There was absolutely nobody on the mountain. Not until we actually went down did we see hordes of people coming up. I think we timed it perfectly because the weather was really, really bad for weeks ahead of our trip. And when we started our climb, it was the start of the beautiful weather. So we got in early and we had the mountain to ourselves. Also for the descent, we had the opportunity to glissade most of the way down, which was super fun and super awesome. 10 out of 10 recommend doing it. So what are the 3 things that we would do differently next time so that we would actually make the summit?
The first thing we would do differently is we would train for it. We did not train for this climb because we're actually currently both training for the SFB, the Strong First Bodyweight certification, and apparently pull-ups, one-arm push-ups, and pistol training doesn't really help your hiking and climbing that much. So next time we're gonna do more training hikes and we're gonna do more, mountain climbing specific kind of endurance training.
Another thing we do differently next time is we wouldn't bring Gracie with us. As much as we love having her join us on all of our adventures, having a dog with you on a big climb like this is like having a small child. You have to attend to their every needs, from their food, their water, their clothing, attending to all their issues, picking up after them, like their poop. There's a lot of things that'll slow you down, and at the end, you're not really sure how they're going to be able to manage the mountain. And so like Gracie, she just didn't have any energy left to make that summit. So yeah, we leave her at home with Grandma and Grandpa.
Finally, the last thing we would do differently is we would pack lighter, specifically in the areas of dog food. Well, we wouldn't bring dogs, so no dog food, and camera gear. So overall, we did a good job packing. We didn't overpack on a lot of things, but our packs did end up being too heavy from a camera gear perspective and electronics and batteries. And then also bringing all of Gracie's dog food that she then refused to eat was also really heavy. So we think lightening our packs in those areas would definitely give us a better chance at a summit.
Okay, so a little bonus thing that I would do differently, I don't think it really impacted my summit, but I would actually reapply sunscreen. Kat here had reminded me multiple times going up the mountain to reapply, but I'm like, whatever, I have SPF 30 on, and I'm Southeast Asian, like my body is built for this. I'm not gonna burn. I got pretty burnt.
That's a burn.
That's a pretty bad burn.
That's a burn. Take off your hat.
No.
No, okay.
Somebody got a sunburn.
Well, that's it. Thanks for joining us on our little Mount Adams adventure. Tune in next year in 2023 when Kat and I will attempt to make the summit for the 3rd time. Any recommendations that would help us make a successful attempt next year, comment below. Kat and I are far from being experts, and we just like to do really fun stuff and really challenge our bodies and see what we can do. So comment below, help us out.
Help us out. If you liked coming on this trip with us, please like and subscribe for more hiking videos, kettlebell videos, and us just randomly doing stuff. Yeah, we'll see you in the mountains.